Ew. What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? Got the oranges in the back. You know what I'm saying? Slaughter Pod in the building now. We ain't Slaughter Pod in the crib, man. We over here with the Number Basketball Show. Shout out to everybody rolling in, coming through. We're going to have Will over here in a second. You know how we roll on Wednesdays, but today isn't Wednesday, it's Thursday. So we just going to chat some NBA, man. We just going to vibe out, man. Come through, share. Make sure you're following Sports Talk with Friends all over social media platforms. Catch us on YouTube as well as all podcast platforms as well. Shout out to everybody that comes in tonight. Shout out to anybody, man. And hey, it's open mind tonight, man. So if you have any questions, NBA related, throw them out. You know what I'm saying? We got some topics as well. You know, as well as anybody watching the Celtics Warriors at the half. Warriors up 55-54, you know, in the battle of last year's championship. You know, enjoy your Thursday, you know what I'm saying? Epic Games. What's going on, Jamie? How you doing? You know, I heard that Xavier took their first conference loss last night. Jake was kind of upset about it. But I seen you cashing in on Saturday. I seen you out here, man. I knew you was gonna get the niche to do it, you know. So shout out to you for doing your thing. What's going on, Jake, man? You know, Nothing But Basketball Show, man. So before we get started, I want to send my condolences. The show wants to send their condolences out to Chris Ford, former NBA player, died at the age of 74. He is credited for scoring the league's first three-point basket. He was a member of the 81 Celtics team, longtime NBA coach. His family revealed the death through the Celtics, and no official cause was given, but we just want to give a rest in peace to Chris Ford. And also, hope everybody is doing well, and anybody's had any losses, hope anybody hasn't. You know, my condolences go out to you too, and I hope everybody's staying strong. Hey, it happens, can't continue on the winning train forever. Humble them. Yeah, you gotta humble them, and that's the part of the game, man. You stay humble and you remain yourself. You know, you don't let it change you. You know what I'm saying? You change them. Make them pull up on the game, man. So that's what it is. So let's get this started, man. Let's get it rolling in Dallas, where big man Christian Wood sidelined with a fractured thumb now. This man has been playing incredible basketball over the course of the last few weeks. Actually, last couple months been balling. Finished the game the other night with 22 points, grabbing 9 rebounds, but now he'll be evaluated next week. Big summer trade acquisition, as he was from the Rockets. He was a sixth man for most of the season coming in, but has been getting started minutes. And he's actually behind Luka Doncic in terms of scoring in that time. Matter of fact, he is actually in the last month, he is ranking second in scoring. So it's actually a good piece for them. Dallas needs a guy down in the post that can do some things with the basketball. Can't heavily depend on Luka if you want to win an NBA championship in Dallas. And I feel as if I'm happy this injury is not going to be anything longer than hopefully a week or two, and he's back in action. But he's definitely a great player. They're already missing Maxi Kleber. He's recovering from surgery, and mid-December he suffered his injury, and hopefully he returns in the next month. So Dallas right now is just trying to steam up their team. Western Conference Finals team last year. I don't believe they'll get to that point this year, but it's going to be interesting, especially with number 77 over there doing his thing. Another injury report, broken thumb for Knicks center Mitchell Robinson. Successful surgery to repair his right thumb. He suffered a Wednesday night loss to the Wizards. Now he's averaging 7.2 points and 8.9 rebounds a game, including about 5 offensive boards a night. That is great intake of the game, man. When you can grab an offensive rebound, second chance opportunities is a great thing. It is quite of a low blow to the Knicks. You know, right now they're outscoring teams by 8.2 points per 100 possessions when Robinson's in the game, and it definitely sees you see that input when they're being outscored by 2 points when he's on the bench. Not a crazy difference, but it rings bells. And I like this guy for a few years. Injury bug, a few years. Hopefully he can get back in basketball rhythm once he's back from injury. Glad as a thumb and not anything else. Like I said, man, STWF, man, nothing but basketball show. It's your boy Tuquan over here, man. We just rolling through over here. Like I said, if you have any questions basketball related, shout them out. We out here tonight. Happy Thursday to everybody. There's no NFL football on tonight, so we just over here vibing. What's going on with you? Shout out to you. Justin Long. What's going on? Any questions? Anybody got as we resume? Roll it in. Now, Ja Morant. Guy's vicious. A lot of great moves. Your boy ain't getting no link. Yes, the link is in the chat, Will. It's in the chat. Hold on. Let me send my man Will the link. He's over here stunting. Let me get you over here with the link, man. You over here acting up. Send this link over so Will can join us over here. And while I'm bringing Will in, man, remember, man, share, like, subscribe. Podcast is fire. Do a lot of great things. It's not only a sports podcast, it's a brand. Been opening up a lot of good things in regards to what we're doing here. Shout out to shout out to Mr. Robinson, shout out to Coach Lee. And shout out to this guy, man. Hopefully they can stay alive tonight and win this game and act like they won the championship tonight. What's good with you, man?
Chilling, man. Look, hey, man. I got it on record. Don't tell me the score. I don't want to know nothing about my Celtics yet.
All right, we ain't gonna know nothing about the Celtics because we right here for a little bit, guys. Like Thursday. You know what I'm saying, guys and girls. But this is something that we're gonna try to get into. Not even in a basketball sense, but just a Thursday show, perhaps a Friday show, to keep the viewership and the people just entertained, you know what I'm saying, and do what we do, and hope everybody enjoys.
Yeah, we've been talking about adding the Thursday show. This week's show is just a replacement for the normal Wednesday, the normal Wednesday basketball show. We moved everything back this week, but we here for your enjoyment.
Operation Flagrant Foul about Tim Donaghy last night. I did not know at all that even happened. It's wild. Definitely, it is wild. It is masterpiece if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about every referee, you know what I'm saying, that was in the NBA at that time, he was the guy. I mean, eventually they got the red dot on him, and very, 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 as everybody would say, very pivotal series. You know what I'm saying? That he took control in. A lot of things that he admitted to, and it's wild. But like I said, I say all the time, man, people talk about police, but you got good cop, bad cop, middle cop. You know what I'm saying? And Donaghy became a bad cop. Maybe, some people was like, oh yeah, do they cherish him for doing that? The people that were getting money off him do. It's wild, man. But he does a lot of interviews nowadays, and he talks to people about the situation. And that's one thing that I can appreciate you letting the truth out. It took long. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you letting it out. To let us know what's in the sight. You know what I'm saying? Because this potentially can go on the line one day, conspiracy theory, for others.
Yeah, he went full book tour on that one. He wrote a book and all. That situation was crazy. People don't understand basketball, the way it's officiated is the easiest sport to go ahead and fix. We don't like to hear that word as a sports fan because it's a dirty word. It's a real dirty word. Like when you talk about fixing, and then you think about how much money is spent on gambling in America in the multi-billions and trillions, probably, like that's a real dangerous situation to know that somebody has control over it And so yeah, like it was a whole crazy thing. And like I remember when it dropped, everybody started going back, like, okay, like let's go back over all the games and series he reffed. And you just gotta question things like the integrity of the game is now heavily under fire once that happens. So yeah, it's wild, man. I wonder how much money he made doing all that.
Definitely. We're gonna throw in a little, STWF 30 for 30 on Sports Bet one day. We're gonna leave that for an interesting topic. But before you came in, man, came in at a good time actually. And you laughed at this the other day, and you're like, you should be blessed that you're doing this, man. But the act of, you take the marijuana rule out the NBA, and they drug test. We know they drug test players, but it's been overly extreme, this season, so far. Overly excessive or just a lot of business getting out there. I don't know which one of the two, but you could choose one. But Ja Morant becomes the latest victim. Posterizing dunks. Been seeing this whole career, and another one the other day on who was that, Jacob Poeltl?
Yeah, he got him again. No, the big one was the kid from the Pacers.
Yeah, the kid from the Pacers. But who he dunked on twice? He dunked on twice from home.
He got pulled twice.
And he goes into the facility the next day and he's handed a drug test.
Here's a cup. Go pee in this.
It's ridiculous, man. So the drug testing in the NBA, yes, they do it. But for the actions that have been going on, is it deserving?
Yeah. I always say deserve ain't got nothing to do with it in sports. Yeah, you don't deserve this or deserve that. Like, deserve got nothing to do with it. We all grown. Look, my man be flying. They want to know why. It's simple.
I say deserve because it's a standpoint of I feel like at times it's a disrespect of a player's game. Now, if you want to do it because you see somebody outland, it's like, oh, snap, man, this dude had 80, 90, okay, go get him. But Ja does this. Now, whatever drug he has, I want it. Because jumping out the gym
is all want it.
Awesome ability. As kids, cots and doing all that extra stuff, trying to get
like look, I mean, you can take it as disrespectful, but I'm sure every time it happens, he probably just laugh. Like, here we go again. Like, the truth is I look at it as respectful. Like they think it's so insane, like so ridiculous that a man can actually fly like that they don't believe it. They can't believe it. It's unimaginable to them. So, you know what I mean? They don't have good imaginations, I guess. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny that it happens. It's probably a pain in the ass for a lot of players. They probably obviously don't like doing it, but they expect it by now. There's probably not too much of a hassle or something like that to expect. Like they expect it now. It happens a lot. So I wonder who else, like, what other situations they do it. Because we only hear about like the big ones when someone does something crazy. I wonder how often other guys get tested and for what reasons. But yeah, so this is like the 7th time they've got him, though, I heard.
Yes, they've got him a few times. I believe this is the 7th time or the 6th or 7th time. So you're actually on the money with that. It's for him, like, people dream to be like that, and it's like, it's happening. And the league got to realize that it is definitely happening. And Ja's a star. And the only question people would probably ask him nowadays, and it's never going to happen, is, be in the dunk contest, Ja. You know what I'm saying? Be in the dunk contest. Ride with us, man. It seems like somebody wants to join in on the fret.
Uh-oh.
It seems like State Farm,
Jacob State Farm.
So now we're at Burlington Colfax, me and fraud protection. You know what I'm saying? My guy Jizzake in the building.
What's going on? Hey, it's been too long. I woke up early today. I was like, I don't know that too much about that NBA basketball besides the Suns suck right now. I was like, I'm going to show my face and say what's up.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, but you say what's up. But guess what? You came in. We gonna talk to you Suns a little bit. Because I want to talk to you about your Phoenix Suns. You know, a couple of years ago, it was all sunny. NBA Finals.
I called this. Suns in 4.
And we was all screaming. I had the T-shirt on. Shout out to the guy. He was doing his thing. Phoenix was on semi-top of the world until Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks had that secret holiday gift in June or July. You know? So now, as the season goes on, off-season, you know, DeAndre Ayton wanted to be traded. They match a contract by Indiana. He's still in Phoenix. Now it's feeling like they should have traded him. You know, coach is arguing with him again. The touches are not there. But we knew this was going to happen. Chris Paul, he's out tonight. Hip injury. Now, Chris Paul's been out.
Shocking.
Kanye West put him on social media and cursed him. Little B style.
Little B style, you stupid.
Devin Booker's out with the hammy, correct? Devin Booker's still out, correct?
I think so. Yeah. Here's the problem. The problem is,
I want to know, as the season goes on, what's your intake on Phoenix? Where do you see Phoenix going? Now it could be this season, a couple seasons from now. What's the projected future for them?
Oh, well, for the rest of this season, it's the toilet bowl, whether they like it or not. They, in my opinion, I was talking to Will about this earlier in the day. At this point, they just need to hang it up. I think that they can still have a good season, but at the same time, CP3's got to go. They need to draft young and get a good, competent point guard in there. I don't know what the fix is for DeAndre Ayton. And again, I said this over a month ago. Will called me stupid. You thought it was different. I'm completely feel stupid that I even thought that Jay Crowder was the problem. They need to do something to make him happy and want him to play again, or get over themselves and try to get him to play with us again. Because he left, everything's been out of whack. Kanye came out about CP3. He started playing like whack. Get rid of him. The only glue that's held this team together and the only constant that stayed is my guy, Mikal Bridges. Devin Booker's hurt. We don't have a power forward. Cam Johnson's good. He's a young guy. I like what Will said earlier about him, too. He's the spark off the bench. He's a great sixth man. DeAndre Ayton, I thought it was great that he came back. I'm glad they matched the contract, and now he's obviously showing that, you know, where the problem was last year. It wasn't the contract. It's his attitude. So I don't know what the future holds for this team. Mikal Bridges can only do so much as the glue. You got Devin Booker as the all-star, but he's showing his injury. I mean, I don't understand what's up with these Kentucky players. You got people like Jamal Murray, the Nerlens Noel. These guys just don't stay healthy. Anthony Davis. These kids that come out of Kentucky are real good, but for some reason they're just injury prone, and I don't get it. But what the future holds, I don't know. If Ayton can't get out of his own head, as in like he thinks he's better than what he is, he's doomed. Without the power forward position, and our guy is moving out and don't want to play here and stay out, power forward is going to be a problem. Small forward, Mikal Bridges got that locked down, thankfully. But he's going to get sick of it eventually. Devin Booker, he plays good. He's very good, but he's not reliable when it comes to this injury thing. CP3, I already said it earlier. He's got to go.
Well, you got to chime in on this?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what the future is for the Suns, the fire sale.
No, the fire sale trade deadline.
Oh, yeah. You got to start moving people and start building for the future. If you want to hope and pray that Booker and Mikal Bridges want to stick together and let you build around those two, then that'll probably be the best. That's the fastest way back to the top, I think. But in terms of what they got right now, it's not working. It's not gonna. You guys rely entirely too much on a 90-year-old 6-foot point guard. Like you can't. He's ancient in the league now. He's still a great player, honestly. When he can get on the court and everything. Great leader, obviously. It's too much. It's too much. Ayton, that whole situation, they couldn't have played that situation worse. In terms of getting a franchise player to want to stay there, they let him go out, find someone who wanted him, make him believe like, okay, he can go there, and then they just matched it instead of giving him what he thought he was worth. It was crazy. Like, look, if you knew you were gonna pay him, then just pay him so that he could feel. How you doing, Jamie? Like, if you knew you were gonna pay him, you should have just paid him
instead of letting him go out and talk.
Right. What up, Unc?
What's going on?
Man,
the man, you know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, man? You know, we running up the bill tonight. You know what I'm saying?
We on the tab.
On Thursday night, you know, we out here chilling, man. We out here spitting. Talking about spitting. Stan Van Gundy, you know, and it started as something, you know, regular, you know, Stan.
Oh, this is hilarious.
And then we get a little KD flavor to this one. So you know, Twitter is the World Wide Web. And Stan Van Gundy posted to Twitter yesterday. He says 90s NBA team just had a trainer and a strength coach. They practice more often and harder and play more back-to-backs. Teams now have used medical and performance staffs and value rest over practice. Yet injuries and games missed are way up. Something's not working. Would you agree or disagree with him, first off, before we get into the second portion?
I don't know that you can disagree with him. But you got to look at what's happening, and he's 100% right.
Fair enough.
There's no way every team has a team of people. I feel like it used to be the team had certain players. Like he said, the team had certain people to help you out, only a couple. Now every player got his own team of people to help him out with dieting and working out and all that. So like every player individually has their own team. And yet we got injury. I mean, you're always gonna have injuries, but it's not like the injuries went down. They should have went way down. Definitely. If you got a whole team dedicated to keeping you healthy, why is it that guys are still getting hurt either at an equal or even greater rate? It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. Then Kevin Durant, you know, on a day where he could be in the gym and chilling, he responds, Stan spitting. So when I first seen it, watching the double take later on in the night, I'm like, yo, KD is crazy.
He's a fool.
And I'm like, okay, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
And Stan responds because, you know, you don't want to be the guy to be blasted. You want to get in an argument on Twitter. That's what you can do now. You know, people going to defend you. It's KD you're playing against, right?
Stan just defending himself. He's like, yeah, right. I'm not being difficult.
In fact, he says, no, I'm not criticizing players. I'm saying that we're all getting something wrong in how we prepare and train players. We can't do anything about injuries like yours. He fell on your leg. Talking about Jimmy Butler. But all these groin, hamstring injuries, etc., shouldn't be happening as much as they are. And then Kevin Durant responds, Stan, I agree with you.
And then Stan was just like, I had no idea.
Right. After Felipe, shout out to Felipe, man. Shout out to at East River Heron. You know, spitting means just speaking facts, Stan. And like you said, Will, Stan said, I had no idea.
Thank you, Jamie. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Will Smart is starting to turn it on. Hopefully, it continues. Smart. Like I said, I wish Smart was drafted to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great to see him still be able to do and be on the basketball court, you know, doing what he loves to do. You know what I'm saying? People shoot him down. You know, people talk about his indifferences. But as a basketball player, it's about every other stat, you know, besides the ones that everybody wants to be entertained by. And he provides that for you. And he's very high energy. I mean, as he gets older, it'll continue to go down, but the heart's always there for the game. So shout out to him.
He's underappreciated in Boston, especially by me. I mean, we do love him for the most part, but there's a lot of people who question him, and he's not a true point guard like by the book sense. But he brings so much to the table, man. Every game is a blessing to have him on the court. Great leader. Honestly, you could trace back the Celtics turnaround last year and then moving forward all the way through the playoffs and including in this season. to a conversation he had with them. He pulled everybody aside and basically was like, look, it ain't just about us. It's like, yo, as a team, y'all need to pass him more. He was talking to Jalen and Jason. He was like, y'all gotta trust us. And that conversation sparked this whole run that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely, it is. He spark and all that. Celtics high, then they went a little low, but it's Christmas time, it's the holidays, you want to be with family. Then you pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? They continue to do the things that they've been doing and in development since actually this time last year, where the spark started, I believe. Correct?
Yeah, like a little bit right now. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to them, and they get those type of guys, man. Like one guy that Marcus probably reminds me of is like Tony Allen.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about college days, that they went to the same college, and it's funny that both of them ended up playing on the same team, not at the same time. You can't have both of them guys on the same team at the same time. Ooh, talk about politics.
He replaced the guy who replaced Tony Allen. He replaced Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley was the one who came in, and we moved on from Tony Allen, and Avery Bradley did the role of playing that defender, and then we moved on from Avery Bradley because we had Marcus Smart to play that role as a defender. So we always keep one of those on the team. Seems like.
Now this story is sad to me because we all watched the college basketball game, and just seeing this, and it kind of made me tear in the back a little bit. Notre Dame coach Mike Brey to step down as the Fighting Irish head coach. Now, I was born in an age where Notre Dame actually has some great teams.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Troy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bonzie Colston. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
New Bedford guy, Massachusetts. Yep. Shout out to that team. Mike Brey had a bunch of goons over there. Pat McConnell, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that. We can go down the list of names all day. What's my guy's name? Big man. Dark skin guy. What's his name? I think it was from Mass too. But man, he's stepping down as Notre Dame head coach at the end of the regular season. 63 years old he is. Winningest coach in the in the franchise's history. So they're off to a 9-10 start this year. And
rough start.
481 wins since he took over at Notre Dame in 2000. It's winningest coach in program history. 2014 was their ACC tournament title appearance. In the first only 30-plus win season under his guidance was the peak point of his tenure. They, at this time, just only made one tournament in the span of that time. They have not advanced beyond the second round since 2016.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of get with the times kind of thing. Like, it reminds me like of Boston College kind of, we just got to get through the times. And I know Notre Dame football has been through it. You see him now trying to ease back up there. It's kind of hard. But, it's kind of, good that he retires at a time, you know what I'm saying? Just restart the helms, man,
sometimes you got to move on. Even if you're still a good coach, sometimes the message in the same place, it gets stale. And you got to just move on. It's sad to see a great one go. But Notre Dame's they're a prestigious program. They'll bounce back. They'll find someone. I wonder who they target next as like the guy for the future. But shout out to Coach. He did a great job while he was there and left his mark for sure.
Definitely, Jake. You know what I'm saying? How you feel? Man? I know you. You have your guys, you have your teams, and things like that. But Notre Dame, your input on and your intake on, this news, may not shock you, but you can chime in on it.
Yeah, I didn't lean him towards the Celtics at all, by the way.
Nothing you can do.
I got Jamie turned on to the Suns. Harper by association because she's the daughter, like the Suns. Cooper says green. I like green. But your favorite color is
Attaboy.
red. But your favorite color is red. Green. Okay.
Attaboy. He knows what to do.
Shit is root for the Cavaliers.
Shit, I think he's got a Tatum jersey downstairs. I forgot what jersey he's got. I think it's Tatum.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
He knows what's at. He knows where it's at, man. Yeah, I can't wait to go watch this game. I heard it's a great game.
Absolutely, man. You're going to get into that, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's going to get to that pivotal fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? Surely, I definitely want to catch that fourth. Sure, it's 81-72 in the third with 2:58 left. As just going to zoom in, man. You know, we do it weekly. You know, I think we have, you know, I think we have 10 tonight. I think we have 10 in us. You know, and if you didn't know, now we know. Now it's the NBA rankings, power rankings.
Okay.
We're just gonna go flip on the money. You want me to do the honors tonight?
Yeah, you can bang those out. Go ahead.
I'll bang them out for you.
I
Jay,
got the backup.
Right along for the show. Riding that number 10, previous ranking of 9, dropping down to Dallas Mavericks. Half of the rotation hurt, but they're running off fumes by the end of a 5-game road trip. Their lone win was against the Los Angeles Lakers, in which the Lakers should have won that game, but that's all I'm saying about it.
Yada, yada, yada.
Luka was held to 15 points on a loss to Portland 2 nights later. But like I said earlier, man, I mentioned the injury to Christian Wood as well, man. Definitely a crazy blow. So Luka will be, you know, holding the helm.
How bad's he hurt?
Who, Christian Wood?
Yeah.
We evaluate in about a week or two.
Okay.
Not crazy.
Not too bad. As far as your Lakers shouldn't have been able to win that game. Look, man, I know that y'all think that was a foul at the end of the game on a 3 for the Lakers game, but it was basically a high five. The ball was gone, didn't affect the shot. Second of all, y'all really want to win the game, stop Luka from extending the game twice in the same exact spot.
At the end of the day, I didn't feel like upset about the loss. Like, you know, like, they won the game. They deserved to win that game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they did it to both of us in both games that they played in us. They played us this season where, you know, they just take control at some portion of the game. So shout out to Dallas. But those injuries right now, you know,
Luka's special, man. Luka's
All-Star break, you can kind of use them. But
it's a good time. If you're gonna get hurt, it's a good time to get hurt right now, so you can just rest it out through the All-Star break and get back. That boy Luka's special, man. He got that gene where he can go 1 for 30 in a game, but when the clutch is on, he hitting them shots.
Hey,
I want that dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go to number 9, what's the from 1 to 100? Just quickly, do you think the Knicks will sneak in the rankings next week in the top 10? Because they're number 11 right now.
Ooh, they could slide up. They lost the other night, I think, but they you know, Brunson's been balling lately. I mean, so you know they might sneak in. Randall caught a body last week that was crazy. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Probably my percentage is probably about like 60.
Jake, man, you like the Mavs? You a Luka fan?
I am a Luka fan, actually. I just don't like Luka when he plays the Suns. Other than that, I think he's a great player, and I think he's
Suns
top.
don't either.
Someone's gonna get mad at me, but I hope no one on the show does, because I know we all respect Luka. I think he's a top 3 player in the league right now, maybe 2. So I think he plays fantastic. I love Dirk Nowitzki, and I'm like, as soon as the Mavs got Luka, I'm like, how did they get Dirk 2.0? Just at a different position. This is unbelievable. I love watching the kid play. He's unbelievable. He's a magician on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, previous ranking 12, going up.
Okay.
The best team in California, the Sacramento Kings, won all 4 of their games last week, scored no fewer than 132 in any of their wins, which for some people makes sense because the offense leads the league in points per game. The score makes up for their defense, which, I mean, hey, who plays defense?
Mid. Man, mid defense, bro.
And they can figure it out. You know, maybe you talk about them winning the series, you know, if they make the playoff. Now, maybe too early to talk about that, but the wheel's going to start to turn, and maybe they'll turn with it this year instead of having it stuck.
Yeah. They got a nice little team. That offense is potent offense, and I thought by now it would start dying down, but it has not.
Not at all. And shout out to them, man. You know, they're the Beam Team. You know what I'm saying? They out here, they're doing their thing. They're trying to bring Sacramento basketball back. At number 8, previous ranking 14. 14 to 8.
Big jump.
Who we got
jump.
here? Who we got? The Miami Heat.
Ooh, big jump.
Against the Bucks. You know, Giannis and them been playing slouchy, and I talked about the Bucks last week a little bit. I talked about the Miami Heat. And Monday's game to Atlanta in the midst of a tough week, which includes 2 games against the Pelicans and the meeting with the Celtics and the Mavericks. Jimmy Butler appears to be drinking that summer bubble coffee, you know what I'm saying, and find his groove again as averaging
They about to drug test him.
4 points he scored in Monday's loss. So shout out to the Miami Heat, man, trying to get back into the rhythm.
They about to drug test Jimmy.
Hey, Rachel Nichols been around? Nah, she been around with Embiid and James Harden. So let everybody know. Number 7, Cleveland Cavaliers, previous ranking 6. Darius Garland, 30 points, 11 assists. Was impressive, but it was a New Orleans Zion Williams team, and the best moment from Monday's game was hilariously captured by Richard Jefferson's Instagram account, and definitely looks like the Cavaliers been in this kind of stretch the whole year between 4 and 7. So shout out to them for continuing to be competitive. And Jake, tell your kids, man, they might want to put on the Cavs jersey, man. They might be peeking through, you know. So take that Celtics jersey off. Tell Coop to take that Celtics jersey off, man.
So. He know better. Stop that.
I think there's like a hand-me-down LeBron James Cavalier jersey around somewhere for my nephews, but I don't think
that's what we watched the car with, right? Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell got a growing
rag.
He's bummed up a little bit.
Yeah, he was playing at a crazy level. That had to come down eventually.
Definitely is, man. Ranked number 7 last week, up at number 6 is a flip-flop between these two teams. Philadelphia 76ers. They're sitting at 3rd in the East. They have gone 27-12 since a 1-4 start to the campaign. They're getting everybody back and healthy. What was supposed to be a huge game against Brooklyn, Kevin Durant went down, so it wasn't that big of a game. But the Sixers are looking like a threat, as people would say, to make a playoff run. But we all know kind of what that result is. So with the trade deadline coming up, let's see if Philly's gonna, roll some dice. Let's see what they can do different, because it kind of looks like the same team in a sense that we'll probably get to the second round and then injuries will come around and fatigue and it'll be over. Shout out to my man James Harden, man, for returning and putting up some good numbers on the low.
Sixers, yeah, that's a weird team because they heavily rely on those 3 players and them staying healthy. But they rounded back into form. They weren't doing as good early in the season, but they back to balling, and I think they're getting healthy too. Like Maxey and Harden, they're back, and Embiid's on the court. So
definitely.
Tobias Harris making plays.
Oh, Tobias Harris and all the guys, but they're actually interested in trading a couple guys off their bench, man. I heard what's that? Fornaz and
Korkmaz, yeah.
Yeah, and there's the other guy. What's the other guy? He's an international guy too.
Oh, is it Matisse Thybulle? No,
yeah,
Thybulle, yeah, the defensive guy, yeah.
Trying to take him in, man. And this team right here, number 4 last week, number 5 this week, and we all know why. They take a dip. They take a dip again this week. The Brooklyn Nets, they ain't the same without Kevin Durant. But they come against Phoenix tonight. That game's tonight. Kyrie's gonna play. I believe CP's not playing. I took the Nets in my parlay. I believe they're the last team I need to win. So hopefully we're clear.
Sweating.
And the defense has been inconsistent without one of his key players on the floor. They went 5-16 without Durant last season, while we have the MCL injury in his left knee. They appear to be headed in the same fate unless things turn around quickly as it rehabs. Right. Damn, Captain Durant, man. They spitting. They spitting, man. They are spitting. But I still think, Brooklyn can get a use of it, man. Get a turnaround, man. Come on, Kyrie, man. Leave the truth. I know defensively y'all can be bad, but, Kevin Durant, for how defensively he's improved, and
That team's not built to win without one of them. I mean, without both of them on the court. So that's gonna be a tough run till KD gets back.
Another flip flop. Number 5 last week. Number 4 this week. The Bucks, Milwaukee. That is Giannis missed his 4th straight game on Tuesday night against the Raptors with a knee soreness. As Milwaukee wanted to remain cautious, which I feel like they should do. And I was saying this last week too. You know, you can't have him out there doing that every night, being explosive and doing all that. Though that's what he loves to do and that's what he wants to do. But you know what I'm saying? You got to chill out on that. But the Bucks do not play their next game until Saturday night. Antetokounmpo has gone through the usual pregame routine despite not playing these games. Of course, that's what it is. He's chilling right now. You got to have him chill. Y'all will make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's about the team being healthy, especially your star, who's going to be having a low PER-wise anyway.
Mm-hmm. Drew Holiday been balling. He be putting up 70. He be putting up like 23 and 9 right now. Like he is showing everybody that every year he's one of the most underrated players in the league because he's a great defender. We already know that, but he can always turn it on and give them a whole bunch of offense too. So that's what's keeping them floating right now.
Number 3, they didn't move, and the next 3 teams haven't moved. But this is the elite 3 in the league. Memphis Grizzlies at number 3, and we can talk about Ja, we can talk about Steven Adams, we can talk about Jaren Jackson, Tyrese Thomas just came up a few times. You know what I'm saying? But the guy that needs to be talked about is Desmond Bane. You know what I'm saying? Want to see how he fares when his minutes gets pushed into the upper 30s before declaring himself fully back from a toe injury that sidelined him earlier this season. But the shooting has certainly returned, man. Averaging 22 in the last 5, 51.9, man, 52. Mm-hmm. We should say that.
He's a walking gun, man. He's a walking gun
right now, and they're trying to build. Every year they take a step. Bane was kind of that guy last year. Mm-hmm. They didn't feel that this year. What does Memphis need to continue that growth? Because they need something. I just don't know. Do you have an answer?
I think they just need time. That they need to go through it. They need the type of like what you were saying during the football the play call sheet. How you want your Cowboys to like they lost last year to the Niners, and then you want to see the Niners again because you want the maturation, you want the growth of what we lost, you want the get back, but also you want to go through those type of teams. You want to go through the gauntlet to make you want to be forged in the fire. That's what the Grizzlies need. The Grizzlies need more playoff runs under their belt with this unit. That's all. I think that's all they need. And they probably need Jaren Jackson to reach his potential. Because he needs to man up. Because like when he plays, like he's angry when he plays like that guy and he's hitting threes and then he's down in the box. He's a great defender. Like that's when that team's at their best. That's all. Like they have a big 2. They need the third guy to step up. Is what they need. Like
Middleton, I gotta find that out, man.
That's gonna be I don't know what's going on, Middleton. It's a great question, Jamie. He's on my fantasy team. I need him to hurry up and get back. But it happens.
I was almost gonna say that I think the Grizzlies need a veteran presence, but you got that in Steven Adams, so you really don't need that.
He's back this weekend. Chris Middleton will be back this weekend. Him and Giannis will be back at Full Throttle Saturday night against Cleveland. That's the news going around right now. So I hope that Chris Middleton on this hurrah, because he missed some games early in the season, came back and then missed some more, can be okay. Number 2 on this list, number 2 last week. And they got the MVP. You know, they've been waiting for this team to exceed. And now they exceeded, and that's the Denver Nuggets at number 2. Man, oh man.
Nuggets are in a spot right now where they're in like I look at them right now the same way I'm looking at the Celtics, where both of these teams, I know the All-Star break is good for rest, but if both of these teams could find a way to rest without going into an All-Star break, I think they would, because they're playing at levels right now that I don't even think they want to sit. They don't like. They're playing at high levels. They're hitting their peak. They're hitting their stride. Murray's killing right now. He's back to being himself. playing next to Joker, making Aaron Gordon basically an all-star caliber player, like live up to the talent that he's supposed to have. Yeah, man, they got a nice little bench too, Bowens Highland, all of that, man. Like they got a nice little team. So yeah, I think that team is gonna continue to be tops of the West.
Yeah,
Fight
man.
back. They're gonna fight back and forth with the Grizzlies for the rest of the year.
They can forward in. This is the new team that's moving in, man. New team that's really trying to push in. And this, hey, if they continue this post, man, they can be in that championship. They can be in that championship for Denver. It would be exciting.
Mm-hmm. Mile high,
man. For how they've had some good teams. You know, I wouldn't say crazy teams, you know, or great teams, but they've had some decent teams that can go in there and just go ball out. And with Jokic, you know, and then you got these guys coming back from injuries. And like you said, Aaron Gordon, that's one of my favorite players on Denver to watch. That's actually one of my favorite players in the league to watch. Just because he's undersized and he's with it. You know, he wants to play against the best. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be tough against the best. You know, he doesn't seem like, you know, anybody can push him on the basketball court. And when he's
the Magic drafted him to be the guy, but it ended up not working out there. But here, when he's playing a role next to some great players, it's been perfect for him. Jamie doesn't believe in the Nuggets. I understand, but we'll see. Like they looking, what happens with them is really it heavily relies on Murray staying healthy and getting back to what he was.
Be real with you right now.
And lately, it looks like he is.
If their guards are going crazy, if their guards are able to keep that stamina, who in the Western Conference out of the playoff teams that potentially could be there can stop Jokic? Now, if those guys in front of and behind Jokic can hoop, nobody in the West is stopping Jokic, and that's a bad recipe if your team's in a 7-game grind, trying to get 4 and Denver already up 2-0. They do that this season.
What's crazy is that the one thing that they've always had a problem with was defense, and they've been one of the better defenses during this run. So this team is looking real good. Real good.
Mike Malone, man. Shout out to Mike Malone, man.
Absolutely. Great coach.
We'll go his way this year, man. But we can't talk about the rankings without naming the number 1 team in the NBA. Team's been the number 1 team in the NBA probably since tip-off. And Will's going to show the hat real proudly. Shout out to him. It's not my Los Angeles Lakers. They have not been in the top 10, I don't think, all year. But shout out to the Boston Celtics, who remain number 1. Then the dog fight tonight. 8-10 left in the fourth. Won't tell where to score. But they ended with the Warriors, man. Rematch of the NBA Finals. I'll give you scores of the other games, you know, while we're here. Timberwolves down 10 to the Raptors, 77-87. And we got 2 games. Like I said, Brooklyn against Phoenix. Now Brooklyn's a 4-point favorite. And then you got Philly, you know, with the 1.5 favorite spread against Portland tonight. So Celtics, number 1. Keep rolling. Well, will they be number 1 next week?
Of course they will. They're doing great, man. They balling up. My man Tatum, they should be drug testing him, I guess, because he's playing out of his mind this year, man. Everything he's doing is crazy. 51 the other night against who was it? I forget now. Charlotte. Oh yeah, Charlotte in Charlotte too, where he played in college in Carolina because he went to Duke. They were in rare form. Even when Jalen sat out, and that used to be trouble when one of the stars sit down, and Tatum just like I got it, and the addition of Derek White was laughed at by a lot of people because we gave up a lot to get him. Now, it may not pan out that it was worth in terms of the actual value of the draft picks we gave up, but he's been an invaluable piece to our team, Derek White, playing great off the bench. And we may have the 6th man of the year on our team in Brogdon. Brogdon's killing. So good luck, league. Catch up.
Good luck. Westbrook too, catching up, man, because he was having some steam. He had the steam in late November, early December, but it's looking like from late December on to January going on right now. It's Brogdon, and that's going, Lakers play the Celtics in a few weeks, I believe. So that's going to be an interesting matchup as well in terms of what possibly could be going on in that game, not record-wise. Lakers are struggling right now, But in terms of LeBron chasing Kareem, you know what I'm saying? Broad in the 6-man conversation with Westbrook, you know, come down to those bench players in those games anyway. You know, who got the toughest 6 bench? That's what kind of the Celtics Lakers rivalry is. You know, you got the stars, guys off the bench, you know, kind of detail you going. But guys, appreciate you, man. Another basketball show on a Thursday, man. Thursday,
you know,
doing that. You know, shout outs if you guys have any.
Shout outs to Jamie. She held it down today in the comments. Jamie, who else we had? We had Lewis up in here for a second. Unc was in here.
Unc was in the building, dog. Shout out to anybody and everybody that came through. We had a few people on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? We had a guy on YouTube. Shout out to you. Hey,
appreciate y'all.
Jake, shout outs tonight for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, shout out to all you guys. Yeah, can't wait to talk about a little bit of baseball here soon either.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, we'll set that up. We definitely gotta do baseball 2 this season because I've definitely been getting my baseball game up. You know what I'm saying? I used to have it back in the day, but then kind of froze from it. But it's getting back in the groove, man. As baseball tries to improve their ways. So
my Red Sox had another ancient person, Duvall.
I always say the Red Sox are gonna be somewhat a team that gets it together at some point. You never can like throw them all the way in the dirt.
No.
The thing about the Red Sox is, though, it's kind of funny. Either they're really good and they go all the way through the season and make the playoffs, or they're good and then they go really bad and then they just say, all right, screw it, we're going to get rid of a lot of people. And then they bring in a bunch of free agents. I mean, they just stole one of the Blue Jays players. They just got Ramil Tapia from us.
Nice.
Now, I'm a miss the guy because he had that inside the park home run at Fenway, and that was incredible.
Yeah.
So he might be able to do that again while playing for y'all. But at the same time, we made some moves. The league's making moves. All we need is a little bit more pitching, and I think the Blue Jays are a real force. The problem with the Blue Jays is, though, the fact that they play in the division that they play in. You got the Yankees, you got the Red Sox. The Orioles are coming along finally.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the year last year, all 5 teams in that division were all over 500.
And within like 3 games of each other. It was crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Like the Blue Jays towards the end of the season had like a little chance of making the playoffs. They barely made the playoffs. I think they were the 3rd team in the division. It was unbelievable. I was scared. But
I love the passion, man. We definitely gonna have fun when we do that baseball show for sure.
For sure. It's gonna be great.
Tuned in tonight, man. Brand's always running. We're going to continue to try to run, you know, on the days that we usually don't spend, you know, being with y'all. So, you know, tune into that, man. It was good to be on tonight, you know, do a little twist and turn, NBA style, man, with the homies, man. And if you ain't subscribe on YouTube, SCWF Studios. If you ain't in the group, Sports Talk with Friends.
Join the group.
Facebook. Holla at us, STWF Media on Instagram. You know, follow,
subscribe, share.
With the peak, you know what I'm
saying?
Tell the people. Everybody on your Thirsty Thursday. Sorry that you had to stop your drinking, you know what I'm saying, to come in with now. Go get your favorite drink. Enjoy your Thursday. Because I might go do that as well. You know what I'm saying? Be easy. Be safe, though. And we'll see you guys around, man. I believe we on Sunday. No, we're not on Sunday, but
no, fancy show. So Monday play call sheet.
See if we can make it happen early, man. Games don't start till 3. See to
it. Maybe small pop-up show for the next UFC event too. That's coming this Saturday.
That's that. I like that card. We'll see we'll see.
We'll get the thoughts. Fight. Get your thoughts on one of our chats, man, in regards to that, man. We spoke on that last night, man. So the UFC's taking a turn. You know, with Dana White still there. Still in the clear. But y'all be cool, man. Have a good night. Be easy, man. Take care.
Peace.